Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by Todderbert. In front of us, we have the NURZVIY G500. This is a 520 watt-hour power station with a 500 watt AC output. Absolutely amazing, and it's a beast. You can find this retailing for $399.99 at NURZVIY.com. They have a 10% off coupon. I'll have a code below there for you, bringing the price down to $360. Not a bad value for what this thing delivers. A lot of competition in this space. I decided to pick this one up for the channel just to show off something a little bit bigger than the power stations I've reviewed in the past. There are a few of you that probably go, yeah, that's nice, Todderbert, but I want something over 300 watt hours. Well, here you go. If you want something that is an absolute monster with power, this is a good one to pick up. All right, so dimensions. Let's go over that real quick. Let me just go ahead and turn this. It's a power station. It's pretty much like a big battery, smart battery, which is pretty cool. Lengthwise, I can just make it out here. We have 12.25 inches. Height, we have 7.5 inches without the handle extended. And when the handle is extended, which is nice, it folds flat to the device, it's 10.75 inches extended. So we can fold that back down. And then from front to back, our depth is 7.5 inches. So it's more rectangular in design versus some of the cube units I've seen in the same capacity. Cube is okay, but this rectangular form factor allows the cooling of the battery pack better. It has twin fans here, and the way they disperse the battery build allows cooling air to go through and cool those batteries so they don't overheat. Now, when I was running this device, pretty much with 100 to 150 watt load, those fans never turned on using the AC or DC. That was really nice. A lot of these units, the fans turn on automatically whenever you engage AC. This one does not. Bonus. So a little size comparison. I'll just chuck a few radios around here. Little CC pocket. Yeah, you get an idea. Usually I use this for portable radios. This is cool because most of the people watching this channel would probably use this for a power outage, or if they're going to going camping or going to do some parks on the air. This is a great thing to tag along with because you can do quite a bit with it. Plus you can solar charge it, which I did. And you'll see a little segment in this video where I took it outside and I filmed it in action with a solar panel, the NURZVIY 80 water. It does a decent job. So here is a deck of cards in case you don't have those two radios. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He can spin it like no one can. He loves a G500 from China land. He's Iron Man. Yeah, that deck of cards really makes this thing look big. I mean, yeah, it's deep. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun demoing this too. I'm gonna hook up a lot of things to it, but we'll go over the features. So what you get in the box, you get the G500, you get the AC adapter, which is 100 watt setup. It's pretty nice. That included this, so you don't have to rely on powering it, with other devices. So there you go. Information's right on there. What's this? 25 volt, 4 amp, 100 watts. Nice. You had no problem charging the device there, ready light. So yeah, we got that. We got the manual, which we're going to show you. Set some stuff off to the side because this is going to take a lot of table space to show everything. So user manual. Thanks for buying our product. There's illustration. Charge first. Pretty smart. Okay, so yeah, here we go. We got product overview. We're just going to go real quick with this manual just to give you an idea. Now, the optional accessory they show there is actually included with their solar panel. So you don't have to buy any extra things if you buy their NURZVIY 80 watt or 100 watt solar panels. They have the connections that go right to this device, which is fantastic. The buttons are pretty simple, which we'll go over. LCD I really like because it's one of those normal LCDs. It's not one of those reverse lit up ones where you have to have light on to view it. That's important because outside it's pretty hard to see, but when it's a normal LCD, you have no problem. So here's the specifications. As you can see, it weighs 6.8 kilograms, which is 15 pounds. There's the internal capacity. It's rated at 519.48 watt hours, if you want to be exact. There's the dimensions in millimeters. Input charging, output charging. Again, I'm going to go over those things. And of course, the battery capacity in milliamp hours, 140,400. Not bad. Charging temps. Okay, so let's go through this pretty quick here. How to charge. So that's cool for the solar panel. 120 watt solar panel, 6 to 9 hours, depending on conditions. When I hooked up the 80 watt panel in the video, you'll see I got about 40 watts, which is pretty good, or 35 watts, right around there. And it was partly cloudy out, so not bad. It would charge this device up and keep it running. Cool thing, it does have through charging. If you're charging DC devices, they just recommend not running the AC while you're through charging with either the solar panel or AC adapter. So There you go, AC adapter charging, 6 to 7 hours. That's about right. So it took me from a dead battery to a full charge. And you can charge it from the car as you're driving or RV, like then 12 volt. And then over here, that was the optional accessory they showed. We have almost done here, power charge devices. And here's what you can expect, quite a bit. So run times, you can see right there, it can do a whole lot. Like, hey, look, a Nintendo Switch, 27 recharges, not bad. Keep you going, keep you gaming. Nice, you can do drones, TV for 7 hours, nice. I can't imagine bringing a big TV outside, but that could be cool. Yeah, not bad. There you are. And then, of course, we have all the information. So we're done with that. Throw that aside. All right, let's get to the device. Go talk about features of the G500 and demo it. Then show you the little mini video, and then we'll do some final thoughts on it. So let's go ahead. Okay, so features. I think I gotta really move this thing around. This 15-pound weight. It's not too bad to carry around with you to take it places. Just if you're hiking with it, you're going to want something smaller. But if you're driving in a car, RV, this is perfect. So on one side here, as you can see, it is all plastics. They have these little bumpers, but they're not rubber like you think. They're just a design element, and those are hard plastic as well. So if you're wondering if that's rubber, it's going to deteriorate. That will not deteriorate. Actually, I don't think there's any rubber components on this except for maybe the grip. The grip is soft. That's good, though, because it doesn't bite into your hand. That's the only thing that might deteriorate over time, but everything else, these are all plastic, so nice. We have the intake fans. There's 2 of them, dual, one on top for the AC inverter, one on the bottom for the battery packs. Again, I didn't even hear them turn on, so I had to hit a certain threshold of temperature for them to kick on, so that's nice. It won't wake you up in the middle of the night if you're charging something. Going to the front of the device, you can see they do have a placard, NURZVIY up on top, nice. We got the G500, 500 watts. So outputs, we got a DC section here. We have a standard like marine auto setup, 12 volts, 10 amps. And then we have 2 jacks here. These are the 5525s, I believe. That means 5.5 millimeters by 2.5 millimeter. And these produce 5 amps each on 12 volts. All combined, it says 14 volts, 8 amps, but when you're using all 3, it divides it out to 12 volts, 10 amps total. So 12 volts, 10 amps, these are 5 amps each. And of course, if you used them all, again, you'd be divided out to total 10 amps of 12 volts. Not bad. Good to have it. So we got our power buttons here. We have, so to charge anything, you got to turn it on. So turn it on with the power button here. And you can see the display. It does have a backlight, so at night you can read it. Not bad. Now that light will go off in a little bit. Showing the battery capacity. It shows a lot of things. Wait for that light to go out because it's easier to read. Let's see if we get it to... Yeah, we'll just wait for that to time. I think it's like a minute or 2. Let me see here. We'll find out. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So it's going to display your USB output, your DC output right now in the DC mode. That's what it puts you in. And of course, you hit the AC button. Let's see, get the AC to engage. There we go. AC output. And the AC is running. Also, it has a fan indicator. When the fans kick on, it has a warning indicator if you're overheating or over voltage. If the output's too much, it has to throttle. It has a little warning icon. And yeah, an input right here will be your input wattage as well. You'll see that in the video I attached to this, where I'm out there with the solar panel, and it's showing the watts going in. So, neat little setup. This is fairly accurate. Now, when I was doing my tests, I noticed that when it got to about 50%, you had about a third of the capacity left. So it falls a little short on accuracy once it hits 50%. So if it hits 50%, 40%, it's time to get it charged. If you let it go, it's going to dump quick from there. So I just want to let you know on that. It does have a cool area light on the back, so we could turn on the light. And on the back, it's like a warm light, as you can see there. It's like a floodlight. Nice. Let's see if I could just turn this around so you guys can see. Yeah, this will be fun. I'm going to blind the camera. There you go. It's rather large here, and it goes across the whole back, and it's a warm light. So it's perfect for camping and that. It's not super blue. It's nice and warm, but it's only one brightness, which is fairly bright. I don't know how many lumens that is, but it's a good output. Now, if you press and hold that front light button, or sorry, double click it while it's on, it has an SOS mode if you need to flag for help. And of course, click it again, on, and then off again. So pretty simple on that. So you got a little light just in case your flashlights aren't working, or your lanterns aren't working. So bring this back up. Nice, so we covered that. That works independent if this thing is on or off. So if you need light right away, you just hit the middle button. Don't worry about turning the power on or off to access the light mode. AC, as you saw, on and off. You have to engage the power button to use the AC function. It's just one of those things you can't engage AC on and off. You have to hit this button first. They just made it that way, probably for safety reasons, I'm guessing. But pretty neat. It shows all that display information. You'll get to see some of this working here in a bit. So let me quickly go through these jacks here. We got USB outputs, 4 of them. Nice. QC 3.0s. So yeah, you got 18 watts on each. That's really nice. 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2 amps, and I believe 12 volts, 1.5 amps is the standard for these 3. And it actually doesn't share the independent, so that's nice. Then we have a power delivery on Type C of 60 watt output, and I'll try to show that. I have a device that takes 30 watts input, so we'll charge a device with that. And yeah, it's really nice, 60 watt output on power delivery, Type C. And of course, it's backwards compatible with other devices. Then we have power input over here, DC input. This is 8mm by, I think, 1mm plug. And yeah, that's technically 7909, if you're wondering, the DC input jack. As you can see, it's labeled right here what it accepts, 12 to 26 volts, 4 amps. You can plug a solar panel in here or here. I think it prefers you to plug it in here with the Anderson connectors. So Anderson connectors does take a PV setup from a solar panel. Again, 12 volts, 26 volts. They don't want you to exceed that, or you could have problems with the device. So make sure your solar panels don't output more than 26 volts. Most don't, but if you're chaining them or doing something in a series, you could easily run at 44 volts by mistake, and then you don't want to put it to this machine and have below a fuse or something inside, because I don't know if you can replace that. So something to keep in mind. AC pure sine wave, nice. On the right hand side we have 2 outlets, rated at 500 watts, of course, total output. So they're going to share the wattage out, and of course here's your output for the fans, where the fan exhaust is going to be. So the air is going to come out this side. So it's a nice setup how the way it vents. So yeah, and of course we have top here, we have wireless charging for your wireless devices. Is this thing on? Yes, thing's on. I can demo that real quick. And then we're going to start hooking things up to this thing. Yeah, some fun. So yeah, just put my phone up here. We're charging it. Boom. Showing charged. Hey, time and date. See when I film this. All right, cool. So there we are. Charging the phone, 10 watts. That's a pretty fast charge. It's enough for my phone, yeah. Some phones are pretty big batteries, but yeah, for mine, not a problem. And on the bottom, there is a label, but I don't think we have to go over that. It kind of talks about the same stuff I just showed you. So yeah, the internal battery using lithium ion cells. So I looked in there, it looks like 18650s and a bunch of them in a battery pack layout. That's a neat way to go. What else can we talk about? Yeah, capacity. Power delivered is important. So I tested this pretty much with a low output, 5 volts, 2 amps output on one of these ports until the battery was dead. So total output, running at a low draw, I got 88,489 milliamp hours, or a total of 448.78 watt hours. And that gave us an 86% efficiency. Now, the reason why 86% efficiency seems kind of low is because when you turn it on the DC mode, it actually starts driving that panel on top. So I think it utilizes some energy to do that. And so you're getting a little bit of a parasitic drain by running the DC mode. But not bad. It still delivers quite a bit of power. Almost 450 watt hours is amazing for normal standard devices that my channel viewers are probably going to use this for. Using it to charge your tablets, phones, radios, flashlights, and we're going to do that. But before we do that, we're going to show this thing in action outside. So we're going to head out there in a little bit. Let's make sure I covered all the things here that it can do, and I did. So yeah, let's head outside where I took a little video of this in action. So let's go check that out. So there was the outdoor video. Hope you like that. Let's start demoing this thing. All right, cool. So let's hook things up. So you got a flashlight, you're out in the field, and you got to keep things lit up, or you got a lantern. Here's a through night TC15 version 3 I always have around. I have a Type-C to USB, so it's a standard. Just going to plug that in. Now the cool thing is, it's going to show right up here on the display what's happening. So we got our battery capacity. Now we got 11 watts output. Charging this battery. It's pretty good. So I'm just going to lay the battery, this flashlight right here. Just kind of show it's going. Next we have, let's see, an iPad off to the table here. So I'm going to plug it in. And then you'll see it jumps. So this is USB to Lightning. This usually pulls about 2 amps. 5 volts, so we'll plug that in. And we'll show it's charging. There you go, 68%. We're charging. So let's set this off to the side here. Keep that out there because I don't have room to put it on top of here. But you can see its draw factor here, 24 watts. What else? Radio. Okay, so we got a D808. Something you may have in the field with you. Listen to single sideband, listen to those ham radio operators. There you go, you can see it. Okay, so we're going to hook this up just to show you can do a multi-devices with no problem with ease. It does support, like I say, through charging with DC power. They just don't want you using AC. Okay, so this one's going to draw slightly a little bit, about 3-4 watts. Not too much to charge this 18650 battery. You can get a lot of charges from the station to your radio. And it shows it charging there. Let's get that in the focus. Battery icon going. So I'm just going to set this radio off again to the side so we can keep adding stuff. So what else could I add? Well, the best thing you could do with a power station, have your solar panel hooked up while all this stuff is charging. You could have an input charge like you saw in the video of 35 watts and you're still covering what's being outputted. Not bad. But the cool thing is you can also use it to power and charge up power banks that can keep other devices going. And this could be your main power unit. And you have sub-power units to take with you if you're hiking. So here's a let's see, a Romos. I got a 30,000. Here's a big boy. It's got a power delivery 30 watts. So get it hooked up there. Type-C. So we're just gonna plug that into the power delivery spot. Let's go ahead and do that. Plug it in, and then it's gonna jump in wattage output there. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, there we go. It'll be 50. We're in the 50s now. Yep. And here you can see it's got the blue indicator showing it's taking a fast charge at 30 watts. So nice. So right now I got 4 devices going. We're at 54 watt output on DC. Not bad. I'm not using these here. I don't have anything to really demo with that. But you have your 12 volt as well as doing these devices. And of course this lamp to my right, I can unplug it. We have AC output going. What I'm going to do is plug this right into the side here. Okay, we just hooked up the AC power, and it should show AC output. There you go, AC out is 49 watts. So we got 54 watts of DC output and 49 watts of AC output, and the fans haven't kicked on. Nice and quiet. I like that. It's a thing of beauty. Absolutely love it. So yeah, that's a good demo right there. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to show. Yeah, that's it. And of course, yeah, when your AC's on, you don't want to use any kind of input. But when you take the AC off, like let's unplug the light here, and we'll turn off the mode. Okay. You just click that, I think twice to turn it off. Yeah, turn it off. You can still run your DC and then your solar panels to it. So let's go ahead and plug this back in, and we'll do some final thoughts. Likes and wants. So yeah, definitely cover that. So let me just, I guess, unplug some of this stuff. Yeah, I do like the ease of this device. I like the fact that it doesn't beep. I had one unit, everything I did, it beeped. And now who wants that while you're out camping outside? Whoop, stuff running around here. That's the iPad. Let's get the iPad off the table. Kind of gets in the way. It's a pretty big device. Wireless charging. Love that for the phone. I think that's fantastic. You don't need to worry about bringing a cable for the phone. And it'll keep it charged. If you have to worry about bringing a phone with you. So again, for RV camping, it's perfect too as well. Okay, moving stuff off the table. All right, what else we got here? We still got stuff hooked up running. All right. Nope, we don't. Okay, so we got the Romos. Yeah, this is a great idea to have a couple of these bigger power banks and use this to charge them. Absolutely fantastic. And it fast charges as well. Very, very handy. So, all right, what do I like? So let's go over likes and then we'll finish up this video. The Does not beep. I mentioned that. Excellent output. There are devices that output a little bit more, and we'll talk about what I want on this device. But for what this does, the capacity is what it's all about. You're buying this because you want the capacity of what this delivers. And capabilities are nice. 2 AC outlets up to 500 watts. You can do quite a bit with that. And of course, your 4 DC outputs here in the front for USB. And of course, the 3 12 volts right here. People are going to like that. It's all right here on the front panel. It's really accessible. It's really nice. And of course, it's all plastic construction, except for the soft rubber handle there. That's it. That's the best part of it. So what else do I like about the fans don't turn on? Yeah, that's a big thing. It doesn't run on small loads, as you saw. It was a 100 watt output and it doesn't break a sweat. Now, if you start to go to 400 watts, it might kick on for the inverter. But otherwise, I don't think you're going to hear the fans whatsoever for the type of load I just showed you. I like this LCD. Now, like in the sunlight, it's wonderful. You can see this clear as day, not an issue. Yeah, that's fantastic. It's hard to, I have other ones that have, like I said, that reverse light display that light has to be on to read it. That is hard to see outside in direct sunlight. So this is really handy to have a normal LCD display. Very handy. And it has everything you need as far as wattage. And that's accurate, by the way, too. I've used these little testers. I was going to show you with the testers, but it straight up keeps it solid 5 volts on the output. And this wattage was correct. So didn't need to really show you with the blue testers. But they did a very good job at producing power. So, and the sturdy build quality right there. Now, watts. I want a 100 watt power delivery spot. Maybe a second one. A second one would be fantastic on this much power. I think it can utilize another one. 100 watt power delivery. And then I'd like to see the wireless charging being disabled. Like you could turn like a mode for it, a switch or something, because I have a feeling that could give you more runtime if you didn't have a solar panel to keep this thing charged or a DC input to keep it charged, like your RV or generator or something like that. Just something to think about in the future. Maybe devices will start doing that. They'll start having a switch for it, because I've seen most of these, they have it where it's just automatic, just like this one. And it's just part of when you turn it on. So that would help just save you a bit of energy. That's just what I want. Brightness modes for that backlight would be nice. I mean, it's not a necessity because I probably wouldn't use this light too often, just for a setup or emergency, a light. But it would be nice to have, like, if you want to put it on low and have it as like a mood lighting, something, but near the table at night when it gets dark and you want to preserve your night vision. That'd be nice if we had different brightness settings. Real small thing there. And more spacing for these outlets. That's one other thing I noticed is these outlets are really close together. Now, other competitors do the same thing. If these were farther apart, that'd be nicer because people might be plugging in transformers. The only way to get around this is to bring a power strip with you. I recommend maybe doing that. Bringing a utility strip, just a short cable to this. You don't want to start running long extension cords. And then that would help. But the spacing, that's one thing. It'd be nice if it was spaced out some more. It's like they had enough room for it. But again, it might be because of the design of the battery pack, they were limited to putting it like that. So that's just another thing I thought. But there it is. Final thoughts on the G500. Is it worth the $360? It's a maybe. You gotta like the design. You gotta like what it offers. Because there are other units with the same 520 watt hour internal capacity with similar features, similar outputs for a little less money. They're out there. But they're different. They're more cubed. They might be a little harder to handle. I do like this more rectangular design. I feel it's easier to carry because it's more narrow, because it's easier to carry to your side. Important if you're carrying it around by hand. So yeah, that's something to consider when you're looking at these. Is the competitors out there? So yeah, it gets a maybe recommendation because there's competition in the space. I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm keeping it. It's an absolutely amazing device. Yeah, so there it is. Big like from Todderbert. I'm liking it. For you, it might be a maybe. It just depends if you like the brand. If you like what I've shown you, it's all up to you guys. Use the link below. I'm not an affiliate on that site, so yeah, don't worry about that. If there's an Amazon one, I am an affiliate there, so you are supporting me if there's an Amazon link. But if you go to their site and use that 10% off to get it, no big deal. Yeah, so just enjoy it. That's what it's about. Two, if you like NURZVIY products. Now, I reviewed their solar panel. I got the power station. Again, I really like the setup. It's just my style of power station. This is what I want. Perfect for the house. I'm happy to have this as backup power. in case something happens. We have a prolonged power outage. This is nice. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the NURZVY G500. Is this something you would consider with a solar panel to keep it charged, or take it with you RVing, camping? Let me know. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.